The real differences between male and female brains. Psychology explains what science actually found. Have you ever heard someone say men and women's brains are completely different? Or maybe women are naturally better at multitasking while men excel at focus? These statements sound scientific. They feel true. But what does actual neuroscience say? Let's break down the real differences between male and female brains, backed by research from Stanford, Yale, and Cambridge neuroscience labs. First, the myth of the male brain versus female brain. For decades, pop psychology has sold us the idea that men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But modern brain imaging studies reveal something surprising. Research from the University of Cambridge analyzed over 5,000 brain scans and found that while small statistical differences exist, no single brain is purely male or purely female. Every human brain is a mosaic, a unique mix of characteristics that don't fall neatly into two categories. So where did these myths come from? Psychologists trace them back to outdated studies from the 1960s and 70s. Research that cherry-picked results and ignored contradictory data. These studies claimed women couldn't think logically or that men lacked emotional depth. Science has debunked those claims entirely. Modern neuroscience shows that cognitive abilities, emotional intelligence, and problem-solving skills exist on a spectrum, not divided by gender. But here's what's real. Brain structure does show some measurable differences on average. Studies from Stanford found that certain regions like the hippocampus, which handles memory formation and spatial navigation, tend to be slightly larger in women on average. Meanwhile, the amygdala, linked to emotional responses, fear processing, and aggression patterns, shows slightly larger volume in men on average. But here's the critical part. Size doesn't equal ability. A larger amygdala doesn't automatically make someone more emotional or aggressive. A bigger hippocampus doesn't guarantee better memory performance.
These are statistical averages across large populations, not absolute rules that apply to every individual person. The real game changer? Neuroplasticity. Your brain constantly rewires itself based on experience, environment, learning, and daily habits. This means that even if broad statistical trends exist at the population level, your personal experiences, education, and environment shape your brain architecture far more powerfully than your biological sex ever could. A man raised in an emotionally expressive family environment may develop stronger emotional processing neural networks than a woman raised in a culture that encourages suppressing feelings. A woman trained extensively in spatial reasoning tasks like architecture or engineering can dramatically outperform men who never practiced or developed those particular cognitive skills. And here's where it gets fascinating. Neuroscientists at Yale discovered that brain connectivity patterns show more variation within each gender than between genders.